Okay, so the chain rule, right? You're supposed to use the chain rule when you're gonna do the derivative of a function inside a function. So if the function is like f of g of x, the chain rule would be f prime of g of x times g prime of x. Another way to do this is with the chart. So you do f of x and g of x. The derivative of fx is f prime x, and the derivative of gx is g prime x. So from this, it goes like boom and boom. So this goes inside for the x value, and this is multiplied by that. So it becomes f prime g of x times g prime of x. Okay, so if the equation is like 3x squared to the power of 2, the outside function is basically x squared because it's this thing to the power of 2. So f of x would just be x squared, and then the inside function is gx squared. So it would be 3x squared. So the derivative of x squared is 2x. The derivative of 3x squared is 6x. So when you're doing it, you just do in and then multiply. So when you do it, right, you get 2 times 3x squared, and then you multiply by this, which is 6x. So the derivative of 3x squared is 2 times 3x squared times 6x.
I'm going to solve e to the 2x, and first you have set up the table, e 2x, e is like the f of x and 2x is the g of x, and you take the derivative of e to the x, which is e to the x, then you take the derivative of 2x, which is 2. Now you plug this into this x, then multiply it, so it's e to the 2x times 2.
Go. There.
So in some cases, you might have to do 2 chain rules in one problem. So if the function is like this, you can do 1 chain rule, which is x to the 4 as the outside function, and 5x squared as the inside function. And you put the derivative here, but to do the derivative of this one, you need another chain rule. So you could take this over here, and the outside function is x squared, and the inside is 5x. The derivative of this is 2x, the derivative is 5. Inside, multiply, that would be 50x. Okay, and then you put 50x over here, and then you go inside. Times 50 cubed. Okay, and that's the answer.
Okay, sometimes you have problems like this, right? So the outside function in this is x to the power of 4, and the inside function is ln of 5x to the power of 2. And then you're supposed to do the chain rule for this again, because you cannot just do it in a head. So it would be ln, because that's the outside function, of x, and then the inside function would be 5x squared. We saw in the previous problem what Dita did with 5x squared, it would just become 50x, and then ln of x would just become 1 over x. Then you would do in and multiply. So it would become 1 over 5x squared times 50x, which is equal to 50x over 5x squared. So this would become 50x over 5x squared, and the derivative of x4 is just 4x cubed. Then you would do in and multiply again. So it would become 4 times ln of 5x squared times 50x over 5x squared. Oh, wait, this should be cubed.
So chain rule is used to find the derivative of f of g of x. So function inside of a function. So a chain rule is basically a set of steps that helps you find the derivative of this using this equation. So whenever you need help trying to find a derivative of this thing, you can always use this formula. So thank you for listening.